Good to see you.
I'm trying to figure out what to ask you. So you got Jeff Van Gundy on your staff. Obviously, he was here last year. How much do you think about all the connections that guys that have been in Boston? You've been in Boston as an assistant. Like it feels like there's a real connection, a real pipeline almost of guys who they've been on one franchise or another. Like how do you kind of think about that, especially with Jeff coming back?
I mean, it's a special place. Like I said, that's where I got my first start. Opportunity to coach, with Doc and Danny Ainge gave me the opportunity to pursue coaching. That was a big step in my coaching career, And B. Shaw was drafted here, back in the day, gave him his first start. And JVG gave him his first ring, for a guy that worked so hard over the years and put so much work and time in to get a championship here in Boston last year was good for him. And so he had a chance to see his ring today. They gave it to him. So that was pretty special.
What are you looking? How do you approach Boston's offense? Do you look as a team that's just going to take a lot of threes, or are there other things kind of below that surface that you want to pay attention to prepare your team to play tonight?
Yeah, I just think you can't get discouraged. They're going to go on a run where they make 5, 6 threes in a row, kind of like last game. When Jaylen Brown made his first 5 threes. And so you just got to stay the course. I don't think you can. Go for shot fakes, allow them to get in the driving kick game because they're going to get better threes. I think you got to close to their chest, make them put the ball on the floor. But we can't overreact and allow them to get to the basket, get dunks and layups because you're trying to take away the threes. As long as we guard the threes the way we're supposed to, you got to live with some of those. So just can't overreact and get them a lot of paint points where they get into the lane, layups, dunks, getting to the free throw line.
Hey, Coach, I know you previously mentioned regarding Terance Mann about how there's no pressure for him to feel like he needs to score. How do you feel like he's kind of fit into that role? I know he had 13 points last night, but just that and obviously him coming off the bench as well.
Yeah, it's been good. I always got confidence in T-Man. He's been a lot to this organization since I've been here in the way he's played. And I think coming off the bench, kind of allowed him to settle in and get back to being himself. And like I said, the last, I think, 3 out of 4 games, he's really played well.
More on Jeff. What has he added to the staff, and is it a little bit of an advantage knowing he was here last year and the defense that he can create to face these Celtics?
I don't think it's an advantage. I mean, this team is so good, and like I said, Joe's done a great job with his staff, and Sam and those guys of, getting these guys to trust and believe in the system on both sides and what they're doing. And they've done a phenomenal job, And so you always come into the fight with a game plan until you get hit, And so we just got to be prepared. Like I said, he's, told some things that we can try to take into the game. But if you don't, stay the course when they make 4 or 5 threes in a row, or if you're not disciplined, they will make you pay, And so having him on the staff, though, it really brought us a lot of, attention to detail, hard work. I try to get to the, arena, practice facility early. At 7:38, he's been there since 5. So just the hard work he puts in and the love he has for the game just says a lot. And so it's really helped our staff out a lot.
Tyler, you've yet to kind of probably field the team since you've been a coach of the Clippers that you want to field because of injuries. How have you managed to make this work and just keep it moving, even though you just haven't had a fair shake with health?
I think our mindset from the coaching staff, front office, down to the players. I think that no matter who we have on the floor, we think we have a chance to win. And we always go back to the year when Kawhi and PG missed. Kawhi missed the whole season. PG missed 51 games, I think, and still finishing 42-40 with the guys we had. We played hard, we competed, and we scrapped our way through. And so when we step on the floor, even though we, a lot of times we're shorthanded, we just feel like if we play the right way, play hard and compete, we give ourselves a chance to win. And so that's always been our mindset.
Is that veteran leadership? Is that you? Like some guys would probably know that they don't have a shot and give up. Not every team does that.
I mean, I just think it's a mindset. Nobody wants to lose, I think. And so every night you step on a game, my job as a head coach is to put us in positions to win. And so no matter how the game looks, if it's 85 to 84 or 150 to 149, just finding ways to win games. That's our mindset. And, our video guy Fitz always says, T. Lou's always a guy, just let's win tonight and we'll take care of tomorrow. And so whether that's a guy come off the bench playing 35 minutes or, a starter not finishing the game, whatever it may take to win the game, that's what we do here.
Ty, along those same lines, and I've asked this question for years about injured players, but what is your mindset? What's the general plan for Kawhi? And is it taking the long view, or how do you guys frame that?
Just, every day I think, he's progressing. I think to continue to check all the boxes, make sure we're not rushing it, make sure that we're not, rushing him back. We don't want to do that because now it's probably going to be a longer setback. So just taking our time, making sure he's going through all the things, the protocol as far as getting back on the floor. He has been shooting on the court, as of late. So he's progressing really well, but we just don't want to make sure we're not skipping steps and make sure that, we're taking our time to make sure he's back to 100% before he's on the floor.
Ty, you were on the staff in Paris, and Jayson had some issues. He didn't play in the 2 games against Serbia. Were you able to talk to him before, after, during that process? Because obviously that was probably a little bit surprising for him, although you guys won gold, and he's had to kind of answer to that.
Yeah, talking to him before and after, during, and just, that's my cousin, so it's hard, to see him, the way, he felt. I know he wanted to play, and being all NBA 3 years in a row and the type of player that he's become since he got in the league, I know it was tough for him. So my job, like I said, as a coach and as a family member, just to, make sure he stayed positive, make sure that his head was in it. And so it was a tough moment. It was a tough moment. And so, you don't want to see anyone go through that, especially when it's your family, and so. But we got through it. Like I said, we won gold. I was happy for him for the way he handled himself as a professional. But like I said, it was a tough situation for him.